the deal? What is the deal? What is the deal? What's good? What's good? What's good? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? What's the deal? What is the deal? Hey, what's good? Make sure you hit that like button when you come up in here. Make sure you hit that like button, man. H time. Tell me how you feeling. Tell me how you feeling, H time. Tell me how you feeling right now. Tell me how you feeling right now. Make sure you hit that like button when y'all come through here. Already. What's good with you? What's good with you? What's good with you? Hey, what's good with you? I thought I told you, no limit soldier. I thought I told you the no limit soldier. What's good? What's good? Win steak on the way already. Got the steak coming already. Man, make sure hit that like button when y'all come through here, man. Make sure hit that like button when you come through here. H time, hold it down. Make sure hit that like button when you come through here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you already know what it is, baby. Hey, what's good? I know y'all feeling good. I know y'all feeling good. Finally, a quality win already. This is actually a win to feel good about for the most part. There's still some things about it, but we're gonna talk about that later, man. We're gonna talk about that later, man. But what's up, YouTube, man? Man, your boy is back again, man. The Houston Texans got the dub at the H at home, H-Town Blue. You know what I'm saying? Everybody after that the bonker that whatever you want to call it on Monday night, having to stay up to 5 o'clock in the morning to see that monstrosity of an offense show they face in Seattle, came home after it seemed like they ain't played at home in over a month. It feels like I don't remember. Like I guess the last time they played Tennessee, you played on the road and had bye week, so it's been forever since you've been at home. H Town Blue Day, you know you got to show up on H Town Blue Day. You got to. You gotta show up and show out. I mean, we up here fighting for this H Town Blue. Man, you gotta show up for it when this time when the Wears. Hey, they showed up. You know what I'm saying? They showed up. They pulled up H Town Blue. You feel me? Pulled up and they got the win. They got the dub against an NFC opponent, a team that came into the season. I mean, came into the game rather with a 5-2 record. You handed them a loss. A historic franchise, San Francisco 49ers. Now they were wounded. We gotta be honest. They were wounded both offensively and defensively, but we was wounded offensively as well because you know what I'm saying we didn't have Nico, we didn't have Kurt, so I mean we really didn't have Kurt all year. I mean this really we didn't have Nico. That's the main thing, and we needed these young guys, these Iowa State guys, to actually step up, and they showed something. They showed some today. I seen some things. There's still some things that need to be cleaned up, but I seen things that are actually encouraging out of this receiving group and out of these and also out of this offense as well. Like it's some things that we can build upon. This is one thing I will say. We finally have something to build upon. If anything else, we finally have something to build upon. We finally have some building blocks to build upon because it seems like lately we've been, well, not lately, this whole season, even the blowout win against Baltimore, it seems like we've been circling our wheels and circling the wagon and things like that. We don't really know what's up. We really don't have anything to accomplish, really nothing to really build upon. We finally, I think today's performance finally gave us something to build upon. And I do think it's something that we can possibly stack some things together and hopefully get this game and get this team on the right track. But the Houston Texans come home and they defeat the San Francisco 49ers 26-15 in a performance where, again, like I said, this was actually a performance. I feel like there was a solid performance. I do feel like this performance was actually something to actually watch and actually witness. And shout out to that boy Chris for the super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. Congrats on the win. Still trash. So with this win, what this means for going into the playoffs, does the Ravens have a chance to fight for a playoffs even when Lamar comes back? Yeah. And shout out Chris for super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. Thank you for telling us congrats on the win. Appreciate that. We still not trash, but we're gonna talk about that later. But yeah, to your point, I just seen that what you call it fell flat. The Bears fell flat and got beat by what you call it, just bad. Got beat by you just said the Ravens. Just got beat by the Ravens horribly. And yeah, I mean, obviously, I think they have a shot because I don't think that division is really all that tough because no Joe Burrow And I'm not really just completely bought in on Pittsburgh. I understand it's Pittsburgh and Mike Tomlin never has a losing record. I'm not really just bought in on Pittsburgh. I think that team can get had. I don't even think Pittsburgh has even played Baltimore this season, if I'm not mistaken. I don't even think Pittsburgh has played the Bengals either, if I'm not mistaken. I think the only division opponent they've played might have been the Browns, if they've even played the Browns. I actually don't. I don't even know if Pittsburgh even playing the division opponents. But if they have, it's only been the Browns. I know they haven't played the Bengals and they haven't played the Ravens. So yeah, they could easily with when Lamar Jackson comes back, get some wins, especially against Pittsburgh, they could still win that division. I don't even think it's out of the woods for them to win that division. But yeah, they still in it because the AFC. That's the Oh, the lady. The Steelers did lose to the Bengals. Oh, you sure right on Thursday Night Football. I'm tripping. You sure right. The Steelers did lose to them on Thursday Night Football. You sure right. I forgot when Flacco went off. Flacco went. Which yeah, you sure right. I forgot all about that. You sure right. So yeah, they even lost to the Bengals. That makes it actually even worse. Uh, uh, um, yeah, that makes it even worse. I forgot about that. But yeah, I do think that that division is wide open, and the AFC, because if you see how the AFC is looking, like a lot of people can easily get in. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people get in. A lot of people can get in though. And hold on, wait. Hey, shout out to 1971. I think that's Huff. It look like Huff. What you call it? But shout out 1971 for super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. Holla H Town. Check the profile pic in the truck. watching from you watching from Kansas at the Flying J. San Fran used to say. Hey man, hey man, hey, shout out 1971 for the super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. Why is you with the Flying J? You know what I ain't gonna lie. I like Flying J's and pilots myself. I'm not really too much fan of the loves. I prefer to be at the Flying J's and the pilots myself when I got take a stop at one of the truck stops. I prefer them too. But yeah, hey, finally got a solid win. San Francisco, you are absolutely right. But finally got a solid win, man. But hey, man, shout out for the super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. Hey, shout out Chris for the super chat love. Definitely appreciate that as well. Will Indy dominate Tennessee in the next 2 minutes? Probably so, because I think Tennessee is one of the worst teams in football. I think Tennessee is one of the worst teams in football. I picked Indy to win this game. I mean, I don't really think. I think Indy, by the time Indy plays Houston, because Indy plays Pittsburgh, by the time Indy plays Houston, I think Indy will either lose to their KC, because they played KC the week before us, and they maybe lose to Pittsburgh. I don't think that Indy comes in with more. They already got one loss, more than 3 losses, and that's if they lose to Pittsburgh. I think they really gonna come into that game with 2 losses. I mean, it's up a hill battle for the Texans to get into the division race. Even if Houston sweeps Indy, I think I think it's I think it's going to be an up the hill battle for the Texans to get to the division. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think that their best spot probably will be to try to get in and sneak in as a wild card, because I do think that Indy's going to be able just to stack up some wins, because Indy has a very weak schedule and they've already went through pretty much the first half of the season. They already went through the first 8 games. Well, today will be the 8th game. They already went through 8 games with only 1 loss, while the Texans have already gathered up 4. So that's kind of where the Texans fall into that standpoint, kind of where it hurts the Texans long term as far as getting the division. That's why it hurts the Texans. That's why starting off 0-3, never is good. But shout out Chris for super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. But let's talk about today's game, because today we finally got a victory, a good quality victory. So, like I said, Houston Texans defeat the 49ers 26 to 15. CJ was 30 of 39, so 39 completions off of 39 attempts, completion percentage of 76.9 completion percentage. So you might as well say 77% completion percentage. Threw for 318 yards. I think this is his first 300-yard game of the season. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception right before halftime. That kind of basically really it messes up his stats. It messes up his completion percentage. It messes up him not having an interception in the game. It messes up them having a turnover because it was an unnecessary interception because they couldn't even capitalize on it because it was going into halftime. So it wasn't even something like, okay, it put them in field goal range or anything like that, or it gave them a scoring drive. It was just interception that just hurts the stats. That's all it was. It was one of those plays that just completely just hurt the stats. Woody Marks carried the ball 11 times, had 62 yards, averaging 5.6 yard carry. Then was targeted 4 times, had 4 catches for 49 yards, and had a big, almost 50-yard reception in that catch. He ended up losing 5 yards on one of the catches that he had when CJ was eluding the second. He threw the football and he caught it. He ended up losing 5 yards. That really kind of hurt him because if he would have not caught that, his stat line would have been better. But yeah, Willie Marks, like I said, 4 targets, 4 catches, 49 yards, carried the ball 11 times for 62 yards, had average of 5.6 yards a carry. Nick Chubb carried the ball 17 times for 56 yards, averaging 3.3 yards per carry. Now let's talk about, again, no Nico Collins, no Kurt. What are these receivers going to do? What are these young guys going to do? Man, Xavier Hutchinson, Hutch, X-Man, whatever you want to call him. You want to call him X, you want to call him X-Man, Hutch, whatever you want to call him. Xavier Hutchinson, targeted 6 times, had 5 catches for 69 yards and a touchdown. And his touchdown was a nice touchdown because he caught it out the end zone. It wasn't he was inside the end zone. It was just right there. He caught it, made the guy miss, and took it into the house. I think it was like a 23-yard a touchdown. Just a good play by him. A good job by CJ seeing him, and a good play by him getting in the catch, him making the move, actually going to the end zone. Jalen Noel, I think Jalen Noel grew up in a big way as well. He also targeted 6 times, had 5 catches for 63 yards. And it seemed like every time Jalen Noel caught the football, it was a first down, or every time he caught it, it was a big play. It's a 20-yard play. It's a first down. Like he was always just in there making plays. I'm not saying Tank Dell because I don't think he's the level of Tank Dell. I think Tank is a better player than him. But just like when Tank Dell, anytime the football touched Tank Dell's hands, it was a special play. It was a big play. It was a crucial play. That's what you've seen. That's exactly what you've seen out of Jalen Noel. You've seen a big play, a crucial play, a play when it needs to be happening. Go ahead. I'm also watching. I need Dallas to defeat Denver because Denver is a team in the AFC, and it's also a team that we play next week. So it's a team that we definitely need. We need them to get some losses, and also we got to handle our business well. But that's a conversation for another day. Jalen Higgins targeted 8 times, had 4 catches for 34 yards. He had a touchdown. He had the first touchdown of the game. Braxton Berrios targeted 5 times, had 5 catches for 38 yards in the game. Matt Jones had 19 completions off of 32 attempts, had a completion percentage of 59.4 completion percentage, had 2 touchdowns, 1 interception that basically pretty much sealed the game for the Texans because it made sure that they wasn't going to be able to score and maybe try to get the ball back and score later on the drive. They were down by 11. They're down by 11 points, so they needed the touchdown and needed a touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal. And Kamara Lassiter was able to get the football in the end zone, able to get interceptions. It was a good interception by Kamara Lassiter. That interception actually mattered because it stopped them from actually going forward and actually be able to tie this game or put them in position to tie this game. The Texans really shut down McCaffrey. McCaffrey carried the ball 8 times for 25 yards. Had an average of 3.1 yards per carry. Was targeted 6 times, had 3 catches for 43 yards. So yeah, he's able to do a little bit in the receiving game because he did have a big reception. But for the most part, the Texan defense was able to shut McCaffrey down. Jennings was targeted 7 times, had 4 catches for 45 yards. Kittles was targeted 5 times, had 4 catches for 43 yards and a touchdown. Kendrick was targeted 4 times, had 3 catches, 44 yards. The other tight end was able to get a touchdown late in the game. The Texans defense went out there and did their job. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. And again, they went out there and they did exactly what they're supposed to do. I'm not surprised. The 49ers don't really have an offense outside McCaffrey. I said that Friday that their offense is mostly McCaffrey. So if you're able to shut down McCaffrey, who's one of the best, if not the best running back in the NFL, if you're able to shut down McCaffrey, you can shut down this offense. And because I guess Ricky Pascal didn't play. We haven't seen Ayuk this year. Like, so they haven't been able to do the things. I mean, Kittle's been in and out of the lineup. I mean, so offensively, they haven't really been able to do be able to do much outside McCaffrey, and that's really what they've been doing. I say like, and actually, they are actually a worse offense as far as scoring offense than us. Now, passing offense, as far as passing yardage, they were one of the best. Actually, I think they were number one in passing offense, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, they're the number one passing offense in the NFL. They're number one passing offense, but offense in points as far as scoring offense, they were number 23. We came into this game as the number 21 offense, averaging 21.2 points a game. We was able to get But we was able to get 26. They come in only averaging 20 points a game at the number 23 offense. All they was able to get was 15 because our defense is able to hold you to under 14 points. Our defense holds teams to under 2 touchdowns, holds teams right at 2 touchdowns a game. So basically, what they got is basically what our defense allows. Is that is basically allowing you to have 2 touchdowns. That's basically what our defense allows. That's what our defense gave up and was able to shut them down because he was able to shut down McCaffrey. McCaffrey was completely a non-factor in this game. And for a lot of this time, the 49ers kept on going 3-and-out, 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 3-and-out. Like the offense wasn't able to move until they was able to get a return. Like this offense wasn't able to do anything because the Texans defense completely smothered them. This Texan defense completely smothered them and shut them down, like how this Texan defense was and how this Texan defense going to do. The whole thing about this Texan team has nothing to do with the defense. We all know it's about the offense. And the thing is, the Texan defense really didn't do anything splashy because they didn't get their interception at the end. Will Anderson gets his sack at the end, like the last play of the game, basically, is when Will Anderson got sacked. Barnett got sacked later on in the game. Like they was able to put pressure on Matt Jones, but as far as like getting turnovers, getting sacks, they wasn't doing that for the juncture of this game. The lot that came up, they were just stopping them. They were just point blank stopping them. That's really what they were doing. It wasn't even like I said, it wasn't even like splashy. Oh, they putting you behind because they getting these big crucial sacks and they turn the ball over. They wasn't even doing like what we seen last week on Monday night when we were forcing turnovers. What we seen in other games when we were getting to the quarterback and we're sacking the quarterback and putting the quarterback on the ground. We not because that's what we seen the first 2 weeks. We was able to get to sack Baker Mayfield. We were able to sack Trevor Lawrence. We was able to sack what's his name quarterback for the Rams, Matt Stafford. We was able to get those guys on the ground. Matt Stafford, we was getting on the ground all day. Turnovers last week. Turnovers against Tennessee. Like we wasn't doing that. Like we wasn't doing that today. And to the end, the game was already a wrap because again, this offense was the biggest Achilles heel for this team has been the offense. What does this offense do? What can this offense do? And can this offense actually show up against an actual legitimate team? And I actually like this offensive performance better, even though it's the same point spread, 26 points, than the one against Tennessee. Because I told you the one against Tennessee was very, very foolish goal to me because you were in a dogfight with Tennessee for the first 3 quarters. And then the last quarter, like the dam broke, and you were able to break a bad team's will. You was able to get 3 quick touchdowns, boom, boom, boom. CJ throws a touchdown to William Marks. CJ throws a touchdown to Higgins, and then William Marks is able to break away and get a rushing touchdown. So the dam broke in that game against Tennessee. You was able just to boom and go for explosion points. This from the opening drive, the Texans were moving the football. Like the Texans were moving the football from the opening drive. The Texans went down there, moved the ball, open drive, boom, got a field goal. Then boom, went turn around. Then next drive, move the football up and down the field, able to boom get a field goal. Then they were able to go out there and score a touchdown. Finally, get paid there, actually get into the end zone and score a touchdown. Then it kind of stalled off a little bit. It kind of stalled off a little bit, but then. I think we had the ball on the 6 and or 6 or the 7 and we drove all the way down and that's when we got the other touchdown. Hey, shout out to my boy Honcho South Sports, man. Yeah, like you say, man, hit that like button. I've been talking this whole time. I ain't even tell y'all, man, make sure to hit the like button. The Texans got to win, so I know y'all like it. I know y'all like it. Make sure you hit the like button. Hey, shout out my boy Honcho and everybody in the Soft Sports, the whole round table. We know what it is. Man, shout out to everybody out there. Hey, shout out to everybody in the Discord. If you're part of the Discord, you already know what it is. Man, shout out to everybody that's in the Discord as well. But like I was saying though, like the Texans offense actually was moving the football and then actually hitting pay dirt, actually getting to the end zone. So it wasn't like, oh, it just happened to be an explosion in one quarter. No, the Texans offense was flowing and moving the football up and down the field. Like I said, I seen a lot of things out of Jalen Noel. Jalen Noel to me impressed me more than anybody because CJ throwing 300 yards, I expect that he's my franchise quarterback. I'm actually more irritated that this is his first 300-yard game this season. Because he didn't even throw 300 yards in the game against Baltimore when we went off. Now, a lot of that had to do with you got the ball in short yards because of the turn games and things like that. So it wasn't like a full, you had to move the football up and down the field. But I move the football up and down the field. But like I was saying though, I'm a little irritated that this is his first 300-yard game. You know what I'm saying? And then he also has a blemish with an interception. So yeah, complete percentage, cool. I like that. No impressed me the most because he's the one that a lot of people have been waiting on, honestly. Like I think No and Woody Marks are the two players on the offense that a lot of the Texan fans have been waiting on seeing. They want to see more of. And again, we need to stop this whole giving this ball to Nick Chubb. Like we need to start giving Woody Marks more touches than he's getting. He got 15 touches today. He got 15 total touches, and Chubb had 17 carries. I need Woody Marsh to get more touches because I think his touches are more effective than Chubb's. They are. Now I know some of this. I know some of Chubb's carries came towards the end. You're trying to run out the clock and stuff like that, and that is when you would. When you would. That's when you would utilize Chubb more, obviously, and you would utilize Woody Marks to actually move the football up and down the field and try to be able to get points and things like that. So you would utilize Chubb as a grounder and able to get the clock out and things like that. That is more understandable. That's what you be trying to do, obviously. But I do think that I do think that Woody Morris needs to get more touches. And again, I ain't gonna lie to you. After what I seen today, I still think this Texans struggle with running the football. It's still hard for them to run the football. Yeah, I know Woody Marks had 5.6 yards per carry today. I know he had a couple. He had a couple big runs. It's still a hard thing for this Texan offense to run the football. They still don't run the football well, and a running back is definitely needed if it's going out there and getting Hall. If it's, I know a lot of people talking about during the draft going out there and get Jeremiah Love. I'm a big opponent of going out there and draft Jeremiah Love out of Notre Dame. The Texans need a superstar running back because I don't see Joe Mixon coming back anytime soon. So the Texans definitely need a superstar level running back because it is a hard struggle for them to run the football. It just is. It just really is. It's hard for them to be able to run the football. And like I said, anytime No caught the football, it felt like it was a big play. It felt like it was a crucial play. It felt like it was a first down. It felt like it was moving the chains. It was a big play. It put you in the scoring range. Like it was what I think that the Texans needed. It was a spark that the Texans needed. And we seen it last week. We seen it last week against Seattle. The play right before halftime. The play on the fourth on 4th and 5 when you had to have it. He went to 14. I think 14 could definitely be a playmaker. I really do. I think that 14 definitely has playmaking ability, and 14 could definitely be an actual playmaker. And that's why I was more impressed with what he did in today's game than anybody. But also what Hutch did as well. Like Hutch able to catch the football out the end zone and able to make a little move and get to the end zone. So it's not just we just guys at 6'4", 6'5", and we just talking to everybody. We can just jump up and score touchdowns. Like no, we could actually catch the football, make people miss, do something, and get into the end zone. We can make a play for our quarterback. It was another play that Hutch made when CJ threw the football and Hutch was coming like this and just and was falling backwards and able to come up with the football. Like Hutch went out there and made plays for his quarterback. So Hutch and No were out there making plays for their quarterback. I really can't say the same thing for Higgins. I know he got the touchdown. I know he got the touchdown. Everybody, Higgins got a touchdown. Yeah, cool. He scored a touchdown. He was wide open in that touchdown. It was a lot of times where CJ like threw the Higgins. That's why he threw the Higgins 8 times. Higgins got the most targets out of everybody. Like the most, he has the most targets out of everybody and the least amount of catches. Both Noel and X got got 6 targets. Both got 5 catches. Barrios was targeted 5 times, has 5 catches. Higgins was targeted 8 times. Forgot. Willie Morris targeted 4 times, had 4 catches. Higgins was targeted 8 times. He only got 4 catches. Him and Willie Marks are tied for the least amount of catches. And the only reason why Willie Marks is tied with him is because Willie Marks only got those amount of targets. Like Willie Marks, if he would target Willie Marks one more time, he would have probably got another catch and would have had more catches than Higgins. So I ain't saying I'm alarmed or concerned about Higgins. I'm just saying that Higgins wasn't making plays for his quarterback. X was, Noah was, even Barrios was. Willie Morris was. I don't even think Willie Morris should have caught that one reception that cost him 5 yards when CJ was getting out of the pocket and trying to move from a sack and make sure he ain't get sacked and make sure he get the football out of his hands, and he caught it. I don't even know. He might have been just trying to throw it away. So hey, I'm throwing it to you, so it won't be a intentional grounding because it's a receiver right there. But you catching it costs us could potentially cost us yards. But hey, he called it and he almost broke the tackle because the dude wasn't holding to his foot. The person who was pursuing and getting CJ wouldn't have got to him. He probably would at least got back to the line of scrimmage, or if not, gained more yardage than that. So I really can't fault. I'm not going to fault Woody Marks for that. I'm not going to fault Woody Marks for that at all. But my thing is, I don't really know about Hig though. I don't really know. Like Hig got to come on with it. Like because I think what it was with Noel was obviously not understanding the playbook. I think now that they might have gotten him a little bit more comfortable with some plays, or at least we find some things. Because again, you had to come into the day and probably next week because I don't think Nico's going to play next week. Because a lot of times people miss 2 games with the concussions. Like people don't really just miss a game with concussion almost. A lot of times they miss about 2 games with the concussion. So more than likely he might not play next week. So more likely against Denver, this might be the same cast of characters you got again. And you're going to need some more. So you're going to need these guys to grow up, especially if the Texans really want to make a run at this. If the Texans really want to make a stab at this, if the Texans really want to make a run at this, you got to actually go out there and do what you need to do. Do what you need to do. And ask me what I said about what I feel about Nick Haley. I mean, I give credit where credit due. He called a decent game today. He called a decent game. It was like he didn't call a bad game. I'm not just I'm mad at you today because again like he called a decent game today. He did. He like now. I was wondering why he kept on utilizing Braxton Berrios, but I get it because of the receiving situation. You need to use all hands and to be up there, so you need to be able to use everybody. You need to be able to use everybody in there. But uh, and also sometimes he's out there throwing out Dari for no reason. I'm like, why is Dari out there? Like, use more Woody Marks. Because you're going from Chubb to Woody Marks, from Woody Marks to Chubb. On third down, you don't need to have Dari out there. Just use Woody Marks. Like you don't need because one Woody Marks shouldn't be tied because Woody Marks ain't like Woody Marks is getting the bulk of the carries anyway. So it's not even like Woody Marks is tied. Let me put no like you shouldn't be putting Dari in. Like Dari shouldn't be in. Like you shouldn't be using Dari in as a third down back because you have Woody Marks. You just use Woody Marks. You don't need to use Dari. You don't need to use Dari. Just use Woody Marks. That's what you need to do. Just use Woody Marks. Use Woody Marks. Just use Woody Marks. You don't need to use Dari. Just go ahead and just use Woody Marks. Yeah, On one of those he did. On one of those he did overthrow him, but also at the same time, you gotta make plays like that. To be honest, that play I was just talking about with Xavier Hutchinson, CJ overthrew Hutch on that play. Like CJ overthrew Hutch. That wasn't where the football should. The football should have been down a little bit. But you know what Hutch did? Hutch made a play for his quarterback. Hutch made a play for his quarterback. Like one of those plays that Noel made. It wasn't a perfect throw, but you know what Noel did? Noel made a play for his quarterback. Like I don't care how talented your quarterback is. I don't care if you are a franchise quarterback. I don't care how good your quarterback is, bro. Like you have to make a play for your quarterback sometimes. And the thing is, it wasn't that bad because the Texans were winning the entire game. Like the Texans never trailed in this game. Texans were never tied this game outside of it being tied 0-0. Like that was the only time this game was tied was at 0-0. That's the only time this game was tied. It was only tied at 0-0. Other than that, once the Texans and Fairbairn kicked their field goal and the Texans were up 3-0, the Texans led the entire game. So the game was never in doubt. Just like the Ravens game, just like Tennessee's game, like those games were never in doubt because the Texans went out, scored right then and there, and games was never in doubt. I mean, you say the same thing last week about Seattle. Game was never in doubt. The game was never in doubt. But I mean, like I said, the game was never in doubt, and so so I guess it's not looked at like, oh, he needs to make a play for his quarterback because it wasn't a game in doubt. It wasn't a tight game. Even though they made it they made a one score game. This game was never threatening. Like the Texans were never like you never like the Texans we watched the Texas fans we watched this game with ease. This game and the Ravens game is the only two games we watched. Even with Tennessee being being a 6-0 game going into the fourth quarter, all it took was one bad play and that would have flipped the game on his head. All it took was one bad play. All it would take would be a fumble or an interception or anything, a blocked field goal, something could flip that game on his head, and they would have like Tennessee could have took the lead. Other than that, like the Ravens in today's game, we all watched this entire game from start to finish at ease. Like we watched these games at ease, no stress level, because we knew exactly what the teams were going to do. We knew exactly what the teams were going to do. So we watched these games, like I say, no stress level, no irritation. Nobody was worried. We was able to watch this game from beginning to end, just knowing what we were doing. We was able to watch this game at ease, like I said, with no hesitation, and felt good about the game. So we really didn't have a chance or have a way to be mad or irritated or scared or anything when it came to like some of the plays, some of the miscues. And like I said, this 49 team, and like I said, I gotta be honest with you, 49 team was hurt. Again, we was missing Nico, understand that. But the 49 defense was missing players going into the game, and then they were missing players during the game. Like they were losing players left and right defensively on the 49ers defense. Again, still gotta go out there and capitalize, still gotta go out there and make plays, and able to do that. I don't know how confident. Now, this is some, like I said, even though some things to build upon, don't know exactly how confident you can be when you watch, how confident you be when you watch this game, how it transpired, and be like, if this not the 49ers that's hurt and wounded and injured, if this is KC, Buffalo, uh, any of the better football teams in the NFL, even though this team had a 5-2 record coming in, a fully healthy team, some of these miscues, some of these not making plays, some of the stalling in the red zone. Like you got to capitalize in these like we got to the red zone a couple of times. You got to turn some of those field goals into touchdowns because against better offenses, they're going to make you pay. I don't care how good the Texans defense is against better. We seen it last week. We seen a offense last week you turned the football 4 times. They still got 27 points on you. You force 4 turnovers, a blocked field goal, and held them for 2 of 14 on third down. They were still able to score 27 points on you. A better offense will make the Texans pay for not cashing that in and getting to the end zone. Because last week you would have lost this game 27-26. You lost by a point because you wasn't able to cash in. You got to cash in and get some of these touchdowns. Hey, shout out Christopher Super Chat Love. Definitely appreciate that. Jonathan Taylor with a touchdown. He's so good. So I'm assuming Indy has a touchdown because Chris just said that Jonathan Taylor scored a touchdown. Shout out to Chris and Super Chat Love. Definitely appreciate that. You see the enthusiasm in my voice. You can hear it, the enthusiasm about Jonathan Taylor. Woo, touchdown. Shout out to Chris for Super Chat Love. Definitely appreciate that. Still, yes, we're excited about Jonathan Taylor scoring a touchdown. No, we're not excited about Jonathan Taylor scoring a touchdown. No, we need Tennessee to beat Indy to make this division race tighter. We need Indy to be brought down the peg. We need Indy to be brought down the peg. Do Jacksonville play today? I think Jacksonville on the bye week, ain't they? Yeah, Jacksonville got a bye week this week. So never mind. So Jacksonville. So who they play next week? I think they play the Raiders. Yeah, cause I know they had a bye week and then they played the Raiders, or they played the Raiders and played bye week. So yeah, they have a bye week this week. They play the Raiders and then they come to Houston. So hey, it's getting thick. Hey, it's getting thick. It's getting thick. It's getting thick. It's getting tight. It's getting tight. It's getting tight. It's getting like hey 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 like this division race or playoff race rather. I don't even know if you can even say division race at this point in time. Like this playoff race at this time, like it's because you got Denver next week at home, then you got Jacksonville at home. You gotta get these wins. You gotta get these wins. Like you have to wins. Like you gotta get these. You gotta get the win. I said starting the day, you had to get this win against San Fran. You got it. Cool. We got it. Gotta get this win next week against Denver. So you gotta go into that Jacksonville game. You gotta go into that Jacksonville game tied at 4-4. You gotta be 4-4 going to that Jacksonville game. And then you beat Jacksonville, and you get 5. Then you got Tennessee after that. You got Tennessee after that. Now, and if you get Denver next week, get Jacksonville and get Tennessee, you're 6-4 Thursday night against Buffalo. You shouldn't want to, but you could afford. You could afford to lose that game. Because either way it go, that means you'll go into Indy either at 7-4 or 6-5. But if you're 7-4, like I said, especially if Indy plays against Kansas and loses against Kansas City, even if they beat Pittsburgh, they lose against Kansas City. Now you control. Now I think that puts the Texans in the position that they control. They control everything because all they gotta do is win their games, and they'll win the division. But again, that's putting the cart in front of the horse. We actually haven't seen anything yet to even get us in that mode to be like, oh, they can do that. we haven't seen anything in that mode. And shout out to that boy Christopher Super Chat Love. Definitely appreciate that. You think right now Texans can beat Indy? We 10-0. I think it's 10. Because y'all record not 10-0. So you mean y'all must be up 10-0. It must be up 10-0. Because I'm like, y'all record not 10-0. One you ain't even played 10 games yet, and y'all got a loss against the Rams. Y'all should have beat the Rams though too. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. Should have beat the Rams. But shout out Chris for Super Chat Love. Definitely appreciate that. I mean, I don't know, bro. I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't know exactly. Uh, I don't know. I have no idea. But like my thing is just about the Texans. The Texans just need to put themselves in position, and they still have the ability to put themselves in position. They gotta take care of business for the next 3 games. They got that because they have to. The next 2 games are very important in Denver and in Denver and in Jacksonville, and then Tennessee. You're just a better team than Tennessee. You should be able to go in and beat Tennessee. So if you can get those wins, they push you at 6-4. Now we're talking a lot because now one, you have a winning record. There's another thing too. The Texans have yet to be 500 this season. Like outside of week one, before week one when you 0-0, the Texans have yet to be 500 this season. That's why, like, when people's all hyped up and gassed up about like the Baltimore Ravens game, and people talking about you gonna make a apology video to Nick Haley, did we overreact to the 0-3 start? Like, how we still under 500? Like, we still after this game, we're still under 500. We ain't been 500 yet. Let alone to be under 500. We ain't even been 500 yet. We have it now. We could be 500 after next week if we beat Denver. But Denver out here look like they might about to put a BTA on Dallas. And I need Dallas to win. Obviously, I need Dallas to beat Denver, but I also I need George Pickens to do something. I got fantasy going on. Like, come on, bro. I need George Pickens to do something. I need Javonte Williams to do something. I need I need some. Now I ain't gonna lie. I do like Denver throwbacks though. Denver, hey, that orange crush. I ain't gonna lie. That like them helmets clean and they little throwback jerseys clean too. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like that. That's a cold throwback. That's a cold little throwback. That's a cold throwback. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a cold little throwback. And then playing against, Dallas. Obviously, Dallas ain't never changed their uniform. So like anything Dallas wear, like Dallas looks like how Dallas has always looked. So we do got that look. It do got that like old school feel to it. Being at Mile High, yeah, it do got the old school feel to it. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's kind of clean. It's kind of clean. Hold on, wait. What that about do? He ain't did. I thought Dak was about to launch the football or something. I thought we about to see some plays. Thought we about to see something. We ain't seen nothing. We ain't seen nothing. But anyway, but yeah, man. But like I was saying though, uh, like I said, all in all, like I said, Texas had a good wins, a good solid win. This to me, I feel like this is the best win of the season. It's only been 3 of them, so it's not saying much. Like I said, because again, I was not all that too enthused about Tennessee win. I was happy about the Raven win, obviously, because they looked good in the Ravens win. But I knew it was against a wounded team, a team that's already bad. Plus, they were wounded. And even though this 49 team was wounded as well, I did like the way that it went about. I like the way that they was able to do things. Like I said, and I do think it's some things to stack up on. I think you can stack up on Woody Marks. I think you can stack up on No. I think even Hutch has showed you something as well that you could probably use going forward. Again, do I know long term if these guys are going to be big playmakers of the level of how we feel about Tank, how we feel about Nico? I don't know on big picture if they will be like a big picture. Do I look at them like that they can be actual superstar, major contributing factors? I doubt that, but I do think they can be very, very, very solid, good pieces right now that you have to bank upon, that you have to use in this situation because of the injuries that you have, and there's also just a situation you put yourself in, and also I do think that these are guys that going forward throughout the season they could be contributing factors and they can help out and they can do some things also going forward. So I do think they have that capability. I do. I think they have that capability, able to do some things like that. So we'll see exactly, like I say, long term, exactly what they can and can't do. I said I like what I seen. No Like I said, I know to me seemed like he was a go getter. Like he was out there just go getting them. That's what he was doing. Like he was completely just going out there, taking the football out the air, making plays for his quarterback. Like I said, anytime CJ looked this way, he was coming up with the football and he was making the big play. Same thing with Hutch. Hutch has been in the NFL for 3 years. It's about time we actually starting to see like basically the fruits of his labor, him actually going out there making plays. Now we've seen him make plays before because he's made. I mean, he's the one who caught the pass when CJ fumbled the snap against the Chargers in the playoff game. With like they rookie year, like Hutch had like a big like 50-yard reception against Jacksonville. If I'm not mistaken, that was the game. I think it was against Jacksonville, and when the Texans were wearing that all red. So we've seen him make plays before. Just not getting to the end zone. He got his third touchdown of the season, third touchdown of his career in today's game. So able to get into the end zone and things like that. So we're starting to see him actually starting to, like, you know what I'm saying, that actually starting to break a little bit, actually hit a little pay dirt and stuff like that, able to get into the end zone. But we also haven't seeing him just throughout the juncture of the game making plays. Now, I ain't gonna lie, he did make some plays in that Kansas City game too. He made some crucial first downs and crucial catches in that KC game, and we starting to see that actually starting to bleed into the regular season because now we're starting to see him actually make some plays. He made some plays on Monday night. He made some plays earlier this season too, but he's definitely was making some plays today. And I think that what we seen out of X, I seen what we seen out of No, what we seen out of Willie Marks. I do think those are things that we can build upon, that we could be like, okay, hey, maybe if we do a little bit more of this and lean a little bit more on that, we can get some better results out there. Like I said, they do seem like they open up the playbook a little bit more with No. I wonder if that's more so out of necessity or they finally actually able to get things right between Noel and this offense and Noel and CJ, whatever the case may be, or is it more so on a we ain't got no receivers, we just need you out there. We just need you out there. And while speaking of need people, man, what I need y'all to do, I have a poll on my community wall right now. So when this live is over with, when this live is over with, when this live is over with, make sure y'all go vote for who y'all think should be player of the game. It's a couple people up there, 4 people up there, because that's all YouTube that allow you to do on a poll. Like they only give you 4 options. So go vote for who you think is going to be player of the game, who should be player of the game. Go vote, and like I say, depending on the votes and the results of who's going to win that poll, that will be who I will have, and I'll post it. Who will and be player of the game, just like I did when the Texans beat the Ravens. Y'all voted CJ. And I'm also too. Don't just always just be voting quarterback just because the quarterback. Now CJ was a little bit different last time because he had 4 touchdowns. I get it, but I mean, like a lot of times, like the quarterback gonna have like a whole bunch of touchdowns. Like as far as like, especially like when people scoring, like the quarterback gonna score touchdowns. So, but sometimes give some love to other people as well. So make sure y'all go out there, y'all go vote, comment, go vote on there, comment who y'all voted for. Also, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure y'all do that. Cause like I said, I will put who wins that poll. It'll be posted tomorrow about who is the player of the game for the Houston Texans. Also, the other poll still up there about should the Texans make, because the trade deadline is next week. So if the Texans need to make a move, y'all need to go vote for who y'all think the Texans go. So it's 2 of them on there. Y'all need to go vote. You need to go vote for who should win player of the game today, and also go vote on who you think the Texans should make a move if the Texans make a move. Especially now that the Texans won today, because the Texans win today and then win next week, we completely back in the thick of things because we 4-4, we 4-4, and we still got not 4-4 with 9 games to go, 500. We still got Indianapolis twice. So actually, yeah, we 4-4. We still got all of our divisional games. We got Tennessee, we got Jacksonville, and we got Indy twice. So we still got 4 divisional games. Out of the 9 games that we got, we still got 4 division games. You get those 4, that's 8 wins. That's 8. If the Texans are 4-4, if the Texans beat the Denver next week, they're 4-4. If they just win their divisional games, that automatically gives them 8 wins. That automatically gives them 8 wins. And you still got teams like Arizona. You still got teams like Vegas on the board. That's 10 wins right there. Then you obviously still got Buffalo, Kansas City, and the Chargers. If you can get one of those wins, that puts you at 11. And if you don't get none of the wins, that puts you at 10-7, which you've been for the last 2 years, and it's been good enough to win the AFC South. And also in this juncture, you've beaten Indianapolis twice. So you would just need Indianapolis to fall a couple more times. But that's a conversation for another day. But I say all that to say this. It ain't over yet. It's looked doom and gloom, but it ain't over yet. It ain't over yet. It ain't over yet. Man, appreciate everybody that came through here, man. Appreciate everybody hit that like button. If you ain't hit the like button already, man, make sure you hit that like button. If you ain't hit the like button already, I'm gonna give you some time. Make sure you hit that like button. Give y'all some time. Already, man. Like I said, man, appreciate everybody that pulled up on your boy after this game. If you ain't hit the like button, make sure you hit the like button. If you ain't hit the like button, I'm gonna give you some more time. Hold on, I'm gonna give you some more time. Make sure you hit the like button. Already, man. Like I said, appreciate everybody that pulled up on here. Everybody that pulled up immediately after the game. Everybody hit the super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. Y'all know how much that means to me every time you hit that super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. Make sure you hit that like button if you ain't hit the like button already. And like I said, go vote, right? As soon as the stream is over with, go vote for who y'all think should win play of the game. And also go vote for who y'all think the Texans should make a move for if the Texans should make a move. Make sure y'all go vote. Make sure y'all go vote. Houston Texans defeat the 49ers 26-15, bringing their record up to 3-4. Still got a tough schedule. You got the Broncos next week, Jacksonville, Tennessee, Buffalo, Indy, KC. That's the next. That's the next thing. Next little games for the next month or so. So you got to go and make sure that the Texans handle their business if they really still have playoff aspirations and still want to make the playoffs. It's still right there. As doom as gloom as it started, the playoffs are still right there, and the division is still right there too. But we gotta handle our business. Like, subscribe if you haven't, comment below if you haven't clicked that bell, get more videos. I holla.